Hello and welcome to Science Monitor, a show that brings to you the most significant news from the world of science, technology, innovation, research, discoveries and much more. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor and here are this week's headlines. United Nations praises India's early warning system and evacuation preparedness as Cyclone Foni strikes India's eastern coastline. In our special segment, we meet Dr. Mrityunjay Mahapatra, Additional Director General of India Meteorological Department, and discuss the technologies and methods used to provide timely warnings for Cyclone Foni. First Elephant Hospital opens in Mathura for the specialized treatment of injured jumbos. Vigyan Prasar organizes Agenda for Science in Urdu program to popularize science communication in Urdu language. The top story this week. Cyclone Foni has been one of the most severe storms to hit India's eastern coastline, bringing torrential rains and winds up to 200 kilometers per hour. Foni made landfall on 3rd of May near the city of Puri in Odisha. However, on 27th of April, the India Met Department or IMD had issued a timely alert on the tropical cyclone's formation and declared Foni as a Category 4 hurricane. IMD tracked the storm and issued numerous warnings as the cyclone started to intensify. United Nations has praised IMD's early warning disaster management system and also rapid evacuation of more than 1 million people in record time, which helped minimize the loss of life from the deadly cyclone. Science Monitor brings you a report.
Cyclones are not new to Odisha. The worst one to hit the state was a super cyclone of 1999, which killed more than 15,000 people, with most of the casualty being reported from Odisha. Cyclone Foni was the fourth strongest cyclone storm to hit the country's southeast coast in the last 3 decades. The India Meteorological Department or IMD issued a yellow warning for Odisha, indicating severely bad weather and alerting people at risk to take preventive actions. But before talking about the devastation it caused, let us first decode Cyclone Foni from its point of origin to the point it struck the land. Cyclone Foni originated from a tropical depression that formed near the equator, in west of Sumatra in the Indian Ocean on 25th April. Foni rapidly intensified from severe cyclonic storm to very severe cyclonic storm. Initially, Foni was predicted to make a landfall in Tamil Nadu, but at this point, the cyclone surprisingly changed its trajectory and started moving towards the coast of Odisha, gaining more moisture and getting even stronger. Finally, Foni reached its peak intensity as a high-end extremely severe cyclonic storm before it struck the coastal area of Odisha near Puri on 3rd May. Cyclones are powerful storms that generate strong wind speeds. These wind speeds determines the category of a cyclone. If the sustained wind speed over a region varies between 62 to 88 km per hour, it is called cyclonic storm. When the wind speed of a cyclonic storm increases to a range between 89 to 117 km per hour, it becomes a severe cyclonic storm. These severe cyclonic storm further intensifies to become a very severe cyclonic storm with wind speeds reaching 118 to 166 km per hour. When these winds further speed up and reach 166 to 221 km per hour, they transform into an extremely severe cyclonic storm. The highest classification used in the North Indian Ocean is a super cyclonic storm, which have hurricane force winds above 222 km per hour. IMD declared Cyclone Foni as extremely severe cyclonic storm with wind speeds ranging from 170 to more than 200 km per hour. Various institutes of the Ministry of Earth Sciences played a crucial role in predicting the development of the Cyclone Foni. The National Institute of Ocean Technology, Chennai, with its 20 bows in the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea, collected data on rainfall, temperatures below and above the sea level, along with wind speeds. Different satellites provided data and images on clouds in oceanic area for monitoring low pressure systems. These data were processed under different weather models by the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune, and National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, Noida. These two institutes have two supercomputers for processing huge amount of complex weather data. The data was then further processed by the Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services, Hyderabad, that gave predictions on the extent, depth, and duration of the inundations in the low-lying areas due to the cyclone. As per reports, more than 10,000 electric poles have been damaged in Puri, along with thousands of uprooted trees laying all over the place. On a brighter note, Odisha authorities managed to evacuate a record of 12 lakh people in 24 hours to avert large-scale devastation.
The India Meteorological Department, or IMD, is the principal agency of the Government of India responsible for meteorological observations, weather forecasting and seismology. IMD is headquartered in Delhi and operates hundreds of observation stations across India. Our correspondent Nitin Bhattacharya met up with Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra, Additional Director General, to discuss the latest technologies and methods used by the department, which helped to minimize the loss of life from the massive cyclone that hit India's eastern coast.
Hello friends, today we have with us Dr. M. Mohapatra, Additional Director General of Meteorology, India Meteorological Department, to talk about the recent cyclone Fani. So first of all, tell us what mechanisms are being followed while naming these cyclones.
The naming of cyclones started in September 2004, and these names are proposed by the countries surrounding Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea under a mechanism called as WMO Escape Panel on Tropical Cyclones. To name these cyclones, a structured principle is followed. Based on this principle, the 8 member countries have proposed 8 names each. Total, there are 64 names arranged in the alphabetical order of the name of the countries. Before Fani, 56 names have been consumed out of 64 names. Fani was the 57th name, and this 57th name is proposed by Bangladesh.
How severe was the cyclone Fani and what was its point of origin?
This cyclone had many unique characteristics. One of the unique characteristics was it developed very close to equator. Therefore, it got the long journey over the Bay of Bengal area, and hence it could intensify further. Another thing was that while it was moving across Bay of Bengal, it experienced a higher oceanic energy, ocean thermal energy over the central part of Bay of Bengal, which helped it to rapidly intensify into an extremely severe cyclone storm.
What preparations did IMD made to tackle this cyclone?
First time when we detected that something is going to happen, that is on 18th of April. Okay. On 18th of April, we issued an extended range outlook that a low pressure area may form over the equatorial Indian Ocean and adjoining South Bay of Bengal towards the end of week 1 and the beginning of week 2. Just imagine when a low pressure area even has not formed, IMD predicted that a low will form on 25th and it will become a cyclonic storm. So that was the major breakthrough because of the technology by India Meteorological Department with respect to the prediction of cyclone Fani.
Cyclones have been a regular phenomenon which we witness every year. But how much over the years that IMD succeeded in giving more accurate results?
When analyzing, we found that error is significantly reducing for the North Indian Ocean, that is Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. And at present, if you just consider for last 5 years, what is the error of IMD? It is 86 kilometers for 24-hour forecast, about 110 kilometers for 48-hour forecast, and it is about 145 kilometers for 72-hour forecast. That means when I say this one error, that means if I say the track will move this point x, 86-hour errors means it can go minus 86 kilometer or plus 86 kilometer, that is error. But when you come to the landfall forecast error, you will find that our 24-hour forecast error is only 45 kilometer. That means if I say cyclone will cross Puri, it may go 45 kilometers to the north or 45 kilometers to the south of Puri. So considering the diameter of the eye as 30 to 40 kilometer, you can just consider that 24 hours error is very minimum in case of the North Indian Ocean as predicted by IMD.
United Nations has appreciated IMD's effort in pinpoint accuracy while predicting extreme weather events. What does it mean for IMD?
Not only from IMD, but for the entire country, it is a big success. I really feel happy when the work is appreciated and recognized in a world scenario. But however, it poses a challenge also. Now you have to maintain that standard. You have to maintain that type of accuracy and skill. And it is a continuous process by the Minister of Earth Sciences to modernize all the components of early warning system, that is observations, monitoring, analysis, prediction with the models, then forecast generation, warning presentations, and dissemination to the general public. And I am hopeful in future also we will meet the challenge due to the vagaries of the cyclones and will minimize the loss of life and property by providing the better and accurate and more lead period cyclone forecast and warning.
It's time for a short break. When we return, we bring you a report from Mathura, where the first elephant hospital is now open. But that's after a short break. Keep watching Science Monitor.
Today we'll take a closer look at the National Policy on Software Products 2019.
Gives it the right traction to take India from services to products, and they become an equitable partners in this IT growth story and keep to the growth, the employment and the value add that the sector produces in the contribution to Indian economy and employment.
That market access thing, it would be great if this policy is able to show a way to tackle that, so that the larger ecosystem of startups outside the clear software products thing also have a path to follow.
This policy talks beautifully about creating a startup research and development fund, which has been completely missing in both private sector and government.
India is home to the largest population of Asian elephants. For centuries, these animals have been captured from the wild or bred in captivity for entertainment and extensive labor work. With an aim to protect the elephant population, Wildlife SOS, in collaboration with the Uttar Pradesh Forest Department, started the Elephant Conservation and Care Centre in 2010 to rehabilitate severely abused captive elephants as well as wild elephants. Now, India's first elephant hospital has been established in Mathura, which is equipped with modern medical facilities to help these gentle giants. Our Science Monitor brings you this exclusive and heartwarming report.
Elephant is Earth's largest land animal. But the Asian elephant is slightly smaller than African elephants. Asian elephants can be identified by their smaller and round ears. They are also regarded as one of the most social and intelligent animals of the planet. Over the years, the population has been facing a major threat due to habitat shrinkage, land fragmentation, human-wildlife conflict, poaching and captivity. With these reasons, the Asian elephants have been listed as the endangered species under the International Union for Conservation of Nature or IUCN. According to Elephant Census 2017, the estimated population of these wild animals in India is about 27,312, spread across 23 states of India. The state of Karnataka in India accounts for the highest elephant population, followed by Assam and Kerala. In order to protect the existing population from various threats and to provide advanced veterinary services, Wildlife SOS has started India's first elephant hospital in Mathura, Uttar Pradesh. The hospital has built-up area of 12,000 square feet to host elephants. Wildlife SOS is a non-profit animal welfare organization established in the year 1998 to protect the rare and endangered wildlife of the country.
Elephant Hospital deals with basically all kinds of health problems in elephants. Major problems we have seen as joint problems. Most of the captive elephants that come to us have very bad joint problems like arthritis, and then there's ankylosis, which is fusing of joints. Then we also see a lot of chronic abscesses that are done by use of sharp objects, and the treatment goes on for weeks and months. We also see a lot of feet issues, because especially with captive elephants, because those captive elephants walk on tar roads and stand on concrete surfaces, which are very unnatural surfaces for their feet, and that causes a lot of feet problems.
Wildlife SOS Elephant Hospital was established with the Elephant Conservation and Care Centre in Mathura and in collaboration with the Uttar Pradesh Forest Department. It is located on the outskirts of the city, thus providing an adequate area for elephants to perform daily activities like walking, bathing, and to thrive in natural vegetation. The natural surrounding helps them to easily adapt to the new environment. The hospital is designed to treat injured, sick, and geriatric elephants. The in-house facilities like labs help to diagnose jumbos for various diseases and infections. Amongst the many medical facilities available there, the hospital has a portable X-ray, digital weighing scale, foot care tools, hydrotherapy pool, laser therapy, indoor treatment area, and much more. The hospital also provides an animal ambulance service to lift the elephants from across the country for the treatment. The care center and the hospital has a trained team of veterinarians and staff members to take care of the elephants around the clock.
What we hope is this hospital will serve as a standard and encourage others to have this kind of facilities for the elephants. And we also hope to have, let's say, veterinary students coming in and training them in elephant treatments, because elephant treatment is not something you learn as part of your normal veterinary education course.
This one-of-a-kind hospital and care center is home to about 22 elephants rescued from captivity from different parts of the country. The hospital is designed to cater to various needs of the elephants, from managing their diet to understand their behavior. Many of the elephants here are rescued from harsh situations like labor work and were confined to temple tradition for a long time. Due to this, they suffered from psychological depression, which weakened their body because of improper nutrition and distress from wounds and infections. Each elephant is assigned with a special trainer to understand his or her behavior for the best treatment. Moreover, the hospital educates and trains masses through the help of educators to tackle and study the situation of wild animals in the country. This first of its initiative will help to develop better dedicated treatments for the care and protection of the endangered elephants of the country.
Vigyan Prasar organized a science popularization program in Urdu language at Jamia Hamdard University, New Delhi. Eminent science communicators participated at the event and explored areas to work together. Popularization of science is one of the main objectives of Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous organization of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. This is achieved through several approaches to communicate about principles and practice of science and technology to the masses in various Indian languages. Science Monitor brings you a report.
Scientific information is becoming an essential and integral part of an individual's daily life. Present and future science communication efforts have great potential in shaping the lives of people and making their decisions more informative and rational. Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous organization of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, is on a mission to popularize science through regional languages. After successfully hosting a conference on science communication, popularization and outreach in Bengali last week at the Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute in Kolkata, VP recently organized Agenda for Science and Urdu program at the Jamia Hamdard University in New Delhi. Renowned editors of Urdu science magazines came together and explored the areas to work together. Dr. Nakul Parashar, Director Vigyan Prasar, emphasized the importance of communicating science to the masses in Urdu language.
सबका मकसद सिर्फ एक है कि साइंस को किस तरह से पॉपुलराइज किया जाए उर्दू के ज़रिए। उर्दू हमारी एक महत्वपूर्ण, एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट लैंग्वेज है, रही है और आगे भी रहेगी। इसके लिए विज्ञान प्रसार की ओर से हमारी ये कोशिश है कि हम जितने भी लोग उर्दू में साइंस पॉपुलराइजेशन के लिए काम कर रहे हैं उनको हम सब बुला सकें, एक साइंस कम्युनिकेटर्स फोरम उर्दू में तैयार किया जा सके, साइंस एजुकेटर्स को साथ में लाया जा सके जिससे बच्चों, बूढ़ों और समाज के हर आदमी, हर तबके को हम उसमें शामिल कर सकें.
At the event, identification of resource persons and stakeholders involved in popularization of science in Urdu and their collaboration along with agencies and institutions were discussed. In the meeting, publication of 10 science books in Urdu language by March 2020 was approved. Initiation of 8-page Urdu newsletter with effect from May 2019 was decided. Commencement of monthly Urdu popular science magazine by July 2019 was agreed upon. Creation and popularization of an Urdu science portal at national level was decided, and broadcasting interesting Urdu science programs over radio and television were majorly discussed. Among the panelists present at the event were famous scientist and Urdu poet Gauhar Raza along with Dr. Tabassum from popular science journal in Urdu, Science Ki Duniya. They emphasized the need for organizing annual quiz competitions at Urdu medium schools on the basis of materials provided by Vigyan Prasar. At primary level, it was also decided to support schools by providing them science posters, books, and other audiovisual materials. For students in higher education, workshops and seminars in Urdu science communication to be organized in different parts of the country. The main purpose of science communication is to make science accessible to the people. This event by Vigyan Prasar aims at generating awareness and creating a scientific temper among the masses in their own regional language in which they can think, rationalize, and comprehend.
It's time for a short break, and when we come back, we will bring you some more news on science and innovation from India and around the world. Keep watching Science Monitor.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back after the break. Let's now take a quick look at some more scientific innovations and developments from India and around the world.
The Indian Space Research Organisation or ISRO plans the landing of a rover on the moon's south pole in India's second lunar mission, Chandrayaan-2. This has never been attempted by any country in the past. The 3 modules for the upcoming lunar mission, Orbiter, Vikram the lander and Pragyan the rover, were undergoing development stages. The launch is slated for July and the lander is scheduled to touch down the moon's surface by early September. ISRO has kept the launch window for the mission on board GSLV Mk3 rocket from July 9 to July 16. Reservoirs provide water for irrigation, industrial use and hydropower generation in many parts of the country, and their storage levels depend on rainfall in catchment areas, among other factors. Advance warning about likely deficit in reservoir storage could help in water management during droughts. But at present, there is no such system available. Researchers at the Indian Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar, have developed a statistical framework that can provide the first assessment of reservoir storage forecast a 1 to 3 months in advance. The scientific details of the model have been published in the Journal of Geophysical Research, Atmospheres. Emperor penguins are the world's largest breed on sea ice. They cannot climb icy cliffs and are vulnerable to warming weather and cold winds whipping across the ice. September 15th was a particularly stormy month in the area of Halley Bay in Antarctica, with heavy winds and record low sea ice. Those conditions led to the loss of about 14,500 to 25,000 eggs or chicks that first year, and the colony has not rebounded. According to recent study, the population has not recovered and is endangered. British researchers have been studying penguins in the area since 1956 and had never seen a decline of this magnitude. The researchers used satellite data to track species in the most inaccessible parts of the globe. The study was published in Antarctic Science.
And in the history of science this week, we remember renowned physician Thomas Young. He was born on 13th of June 1773 in England. He is best known for his work on the wave theory of light. He did research in various subjects like medicine and history. He developed the Young's modulus, which helped to measure the elastic properties of a solid material. He also demonstrated how light splits in two through the double slit experiment. In the field of medicine, he discovered the reason behind the blurred eye vision known as astigmatism. Young was a popular polymath with interest in diverse areas. His work in this field was momentous and has helped scientists and researchers around the world. Well, that is all for this episode of Science Monitor. You can send your feedback and suggestions to Science Monitor on our email ID news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar C24, Kutub Institutional Area, New Delhi 110016. We'll see you again next week with another episode of Science News and Innovations. Till then, goodbye and take care.